Welcome to the collective reading for May 2023. I'm Rissa, this is Tea and Smoke. Showing up immediately under the handle is a huge whale. Also, that is thunder behind me. We are about to have a little bit of a storm, but I'm gonna keep filming. The first thing, under the handle, you're showing up as a whale. You're bringing a lot of power, hope, kindness, and compassion forward in the month of May. This is a very strong symbol, and it is definitely a symbol about being in touch with your feelings. You've finally made peace with who you are, what you want, and you're bringing enough energy and power to go after it. All throughout the emotional side of the cup, and a little bit on the material side, the number 2 has shown up quite a bit. In fact, the number 2 shows up 8 times. So as you're going into May, look for opportunities for partnership. For a lot of you, I suspect this might be a romantic partnership. If you're looking for new love, May might be a fantastic month to pursue that. Immediately under the whale is a heart, a rose, and a triangle. Triangles are about new opportunities, love, shows up as a heart, and the rose is always symbolic of love, among other things. So I think that many of you watching this are going to be ready for a romantic encounter of some kind. As if you needed more evidence, do you hear the thunder? So, going into May, if you are single and looking, this might be a fantastic month to find a new partner. And if you are already involved, I suspect the things between you and your partner are going to steam up and be extra romantic. Moving into the emotional side of the cup. It's a really interesting cup this month for the May collective. The first thing we meet is just a big old happy smiley face. It tells me that May is going to go really well. You're going to have a lot of success, and even though we're still in a Mercury retrograde, I don't think it's going to affect you all that much. The second person we encounter on the emotional side looks a lot like the Bride of Frankenstein. So when I looked at this symbol at first, I thought maybe Marge Simpson, but it didn't look like Marge Simpson. This really reminded me of the Bride of Frankenstein. It tells me that perhaps in your emotional world and in your heart, you're truly looking for your divine counterpart, the person who is exactly who you need in your life right now. Could be a partner, could be a friend, could be a child, could even be a business partnership that you're seeking. But I think that you're really looking for that person, and with this symbol showing up, I think that person's also looking for you. Immediately following that is a person standing on a triangle waving hello, as if to say what you seek seeks you back, and you're definitely going to find each other this month. Moving along on the emotional side of the cup, we meet a faucet with a fish and the letter J. So the faucet is all about the emotions that you are holding in. The fish underneath is telling me that good luck is coming. The J might resonate for you as a person, place, thing, or event. The thing is, this faucet isn't running, and just above it, there is a little bit of blockage in the cup. It tells me that you are kind of holding your emotions back a little bit. You aren't completely sure that you trust the situation, that you're sure things are going to go right for you. Perhaps in the past, things have not always gone right for you, and you just don't have all the faith in the world that it's going to work out. Underneath, though, the fish is a lucky sign, and in fact, you have one on the material side as well. I think you should have faith. Have faith in this person, have faith in your destiny. Things are looking up in the cup. Halfway back, the emotional side of the cup is one of the coolest things I've seen in a cup in a really long time. It is an angel, hair flowing, wings aloft, flying towards you on the back of a griffin, which is a fantastic creature. It's one of the lions with wings, and if you were looking for power, if you were looking for divine support, this is it. If you're waiting for a sign, this is it. Go forward, seize the day. Underneath that, a car is driving towards you, headlights on, making fast time. So much is coming your way in the month of May. New opportunities, new people, new partnerships. It's a very exciting cup. Now, heading towards the backside of the emotional part of the cup, there are 3 very interesting exchanges going on. The first is a serpent wrapped around the initial M. A serpent can be read lots of different ways. It could be a snake, meaning that somebody or some situation having to do with the letter M is going to change. Snakes are about change, about the shedding of skin to move towards something new. So if the initial M is important for you, person, place, thing, or event, keep this in mind. Change is coming. Underneath of that is a surprised face. I don't think anybody sees this change coming. In fact, I don't believe anybody thought the change was possible. But here it is. It has arrived in May. Just underneath of that, there's a turtle. Someone or something that you had given up on, that you had an emotional attachment to, is still coming. The pace is slow. The pace is steady, but it's still on the way to you. By the time you get to the end of May, this thing you had wished for and almost given up on, it's going to show up. At the very back of the month of May is a fancy bird in a nest. Now, this is a very elegant bird. It is waiting to bring in the new for you. I think the summer coming at the end of May is going to be very exciting. As I say that, the thunder roars outside. This bird is telling me that when it's ready to take flight, your life is going to be fancier, your life is going to be exciting, and very, very lucky. At the very back of the cup, there's a horse. Horse is also about the change that is yet to come. Sitting next to the horse, there is a person perched on the number 3. If you give all of this about 3 months to manifest, it's going to be like you're living in an entirely different life by the end of summer. And when fall gets here, you won't be waiting on the change anymore. You're going to be living in a different life. And there's an interesting exchange with a person who's sort of slouched over and sad, sitting on an axe. This is a reminder. You need to let go of the things you no longer need or that no longer serve you. Yes, it can be sad. Yes, it can make other people sad. But the reality is that you're definitely going to have to let go of some things to make room for the new. The material side of the cup for May is just as exciting as the emotional side was. We start off with the whale touching against a really big triangle, and sitting on top of the triangle is another nested bird. Triangles in the cup are new opportunities, new things coming. It means that that new material situation you wanted, job, education, house, is coming. May is the month. Expect big things. I think it's going to be incredibly lucky and you're absolutely going to love it. There's a bird perched on there. There's another 2 telling me that partnership might play a role. Underneath of that, a fish. In the material world, a fish isn't just about good luck, it's about good fortune. It's about money, prosperity, and abundance showing up at your door. This fish is sitting with an adorable dog, meaning the people around you in your material world, at your job, at your school, in your neighborhood or community, they're going to be good, loyal people, and this is going to go great. And yet in the cup, there's just a little bit of confusion and doubt. Here you are showing up sitting among a bunch of scatter on a cliff, not quite wanting to make the jump. A pair of sunglasses underneath tells me that you're not sure you see the whole situation clearly, and you really want to make sure that you're making the right choices. There's also a big question mark, as if you are just not sure that it could be this good, and you're just not sure if after all this time wanting what you thought you wanted, that it's actually what you want. But when you do decide, when you actually make this choice, it's going to be fantastic. At the back of the material side, there's a goat coming out of a barn. If you finally decided to stop being stubborn and to stretch your legs and move forward into a new pasture. Underneath of that, 2 gates are swinging open. There's another huge happy smiley face and a vulture. The vulture shows up with the message that it's time to let go of the past, to clean up and move on into the future. I think this is a great future for you, by the way. Beyond May, what's coming is going to be like fireworks, because that's the symbol that showed up in the bottom of the cup. I hope you enjoyed this quick tea leaf reading for the month of May. If this doesn't feel like your story, you can always reach out to me for a personal reading. Remember, I will never reach out to you on any platform to offer you a personal reading. You have to come to me at teandsmoke.com. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and share with a friend.